music business is a business. If you think it's fun and parties all night long, then you're going to get burned. And those are the stories that you hear about when bands get taken advantage of and they wind up on the slag heap of life, drunk and stoned out and have no money. From the beginning, we realized it was going to be a long haul, and why that is the way it is, I can't tell you. I think we realized that in order to stay alive, you have to position yourself for the future all of the time. And you do that by, I guess, always planning ahead. So we always manage to plan ahead. And all the people out there who consider the band to be a bunch of lecherous, devil-worshipping heathens don't understand that, well, we live and we believe in going out and doing a show which makes people climb the walls, which is the essence of rock and roll. Behind it, there is an awful lot of responsibility that takes place, which runs, again, counter to what is normally accepted from a heavy metal band.
Is that an aim, to make people climb the wall?
When I was 13, 14, 15, I started to go to the shows. One thing I remember was coming home blown away. I mean, having that thing in the back of your spine just flipping out and just going crazy. And I remember when I got in my first band, I said, I want to do that every single night to whomever is coming to watch me. And whether or not I may get jaded later on in my life is not the key. The key is if you ever lose that desire, ever lose that edge, you have no business being in this business.
How do you keep that edge?
Well, personally, I do running and I work out all the time. I ran a marathon in 1981, which was purely on a bet. I just said, one day I just picked up a magazine, I read something on marathoning, I said, who the hell runs 26 miles? This is crazy. So the guys in the band said something like, yeah, right, you think you could do it? So I bought a magazine, and in the magazine, as a matter of fact, was an article on Alison Rowe. So I know about New Zealand. Hello, Rod Dixon. Hello, John Walker. Congratulations on your 104 sub-4-minute mile. I think that's fantastic. But I read this book, and so I followed these rules. And plus, we were playing every night, 5 nights a week, and I was running every day. And I remember the first day looking at this thing, I said, well, I have to run 2 miles today, I have to do a show tonight. Well, that shouldn't be too hard. But the 10th week, I had to do a 14-mile run and do a 2-hour show. I mean, I saw my 3-month schedule, and I said, how am I going to do this? And it just kind of happened. As every week went by, I got stronger and stronger and stronger. And the day I did my 14-mile run, we did play the night before, got home at 6 in the morning, went to sleep, woke up at 2 in the afternoon, said, this is it. You know, went out, ran 14 miles, came back, took a shower, and went and did a 2-hour show. And that is when I knew that I was ready to run the marathon. And Dee got married that weekend, so the whole band took a huge weekend off. And he went on his honeymoon, and I ran the New York Marathon.
Because of a reputation. I can't say everything live on film, but I had to earn that name, basically having to do with women, motorcycles, cars, and doing very, very life-risking stunts. Yes, basically, yeah.
And is that the sort of lifestyle that's associated with a heavy metal band?
No, it actually didn't have that much to do with me being in a band. It just had to do with me hanging around home with my friends.
It sort of started when I saw the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. That's when I decided to take it seriously. And then my father always messed around the house with a guitar. I used to think he could play till I got old enough to realize he was faking it.
And in the band, there are 2 guitarists. How do you sort of share roles? How does it work?
Well, I do more like the melodic stuff, like the more technical leads. And JJ does like some of the slower songs like The Price or songs like that. They call for a more melodic, you know, type of solo. And JJ does more of the faster, like wild sort of stuff, you know.
And what about influences on your playing? Who would you most relate to?
Well, the people that influenced me the most was Eric Clapton was sort of the first one. And around the same time, you had Eric Clapton in the Cream, Jimi Hendrix, and Jeff Beck. So those were the 3 real strong influences. Anytime they were in town, I always went to see the band.
Why do you think heavy metal has risen so much in the last little while and become so popular?
I don't think it was ever dead. I don't think it's... maybe there are more people who like it now because there's some kids that are growing up now and just latching onto it. I don't think it was ever dead. There was bands around doing the same business they were doing years ago.
Yeah. Do you prefer to play in a studio or you prefer live?
Live. We're a live band. I think Twisted Sister, the guys in the band are all excellent, excellent musicians and could probably do just about anything, I think. But the band in the studio is very itchy and put us on a stage and we'll perform.
And what's the buzz about playing live? Why do you enjoy live?
Because it's a whole performance. It's a whole show. It's not just standing on a stage and playing an instrument. It's there's a lot of theatrics involved, some comedy. It's a very enjoyable thing.
Is there life after Twisted Sister?
As far as
For you?
for me, I think so. Yeah, I think there's life for everybody after Twisted Sister. We're not looking at it like that.
The most important element of rock and roll is that people listen to it to have a good time and have fun. And it seems that a lot of bands seem to lose sight of it. I mean, yeah, we're mean and aggressive, and yeah, it is aggressive and crazy. But bottom line, we're here to have a good time. The audience is there to have a good time.
Do you have to change mentally from the person that you are now to the on-stage image?
I go on stage and I go really crazy, shouting and screaming, rolling around on the floor, and by the end I feel very good. That's why when I'm off stage I really don't feel the need anymore to walk around with a chip on my shoulder, angry at the world. I can get that anger out when I'm on stage, so I've really separated the two. A costume and a makeup has really been designed over the years to bring out that part of my personality. I mean, if you look at the makeup on this shirt, you can see how it's done. Now if you look at my face, I just realized this the other day, like my face, here we are, the face. I mean, if I go like that, I mean, all the makeup has been designed to look like it when I make a face. So once I put the makeup on, I put the costume on, it's very easy to tap into those negative emotions.
Most people going to associate something like Catholicism with heavy metal, but you're a Catholic. Is there any conflict there?
No, actually it's a plus because